For centuries, the imperial armada of the Varellan Empire had been unmatched among the stars. They conquered, subjugated, and expanded without challenge. Their fleets of silver hulls and plasma lances had shattered every resistance. Until the day an unknown signal drifted into their border systems, a strange rhythmic transmission that pulsed like a heartbeat. It carried no known encryption, no request, no warning. Just a pattern, simple and deliberate, repeating across a dozen bands. It came from a system no one in the archives had marked. The system's name, found buried in forgotten survey logs, was Sol. When the first scout ships entered, they saw nothing at first. A yellow star, a ring of small worlds, a few gas giants. The readings were unremarkable. Then the lead vessel's scanners flickered. Space itself seemed to ripple, and then it appeared. A vessel unlike any in the Imperial database. It was enormous, angular, almost crystalline. Its hull shimmered like water under sunlight, distorting its outline as if reality itself refused to define it. No engines were visible, yet it moved slowly, purposefully, drifting through the void as if carried by invisible currents. Its signature was unlike any plasma or quantum drive known. It was silent except for the faint hum that made the Imperial crews uneasy. They called it the Mirage ship. The scouts attempted to scan it, but their sensors returned nonsense. Fractured readings, mass fluctuating between thousands and millions of tons. No thermal output, no radio emissions, no life signs. Yet something inside was active. It pulsed in rhythm with the strange transmission that first reached Imperial space. The admiral of the scouting detachment, an old conqueror named Rethar, issued a warning beacon to the Central Command. He described it in one chilling phrase: "That's no ship we know." Within a cycle, the Empire dispatched a fleet group, 2 carriers, 6 heavy cruisers, and a ring of escorts to investigate. They arrived to find the Mirage ship still moving, now at a slow arc toward the system's 3rd planet. That world was blue, covered in clouds and oceans. The fleet moved to intercept. When they drew near, the Mirage ship halted. Its surface rippled again. Then, without warning, light bent around it. It vanished. The Imperial ships tried to reacquire it, but their instruments twisted into chaos. Some saw it ahead, others behind. Some swore it appeared inside their formations for an instant before fading. Then a voice broke across all channels. Calm, human, and clear. "This is Terran Command Vessel Aurora. Identify yourselves." The fleet froze. The name meant nothing to them. Their translators parsed the words, but the tone, the confidence, shook even the admiral. He ordered an answer. "This is the Imperial Armada of Varellan. You are trespassing in Empire-controlled space. Identify your allegiance." Silence followed. Then the voice returned. "Empire-controlled space. Interesting claim. We were here before your empire was born. We are not your enemy, but if you threaten our home, you will regret it." Rethar scoffed and ordered a scan for weapons. The results returned impossible readings. The energy flux from the ship's hull was off the scale. Every attempt to model it broke the simulation software. It was as if the vessel's systems didn't follow conventional physics. The admiral, bound by pride and command, issued the order to fire a warning volley. Plasma torpedoes streaked forward, glowing arcs crossing the void. The Mirage ship didn't move. The torpedoes vanished before impact, as if swallowed by the light around it. A moment later, the energy of the torpedoes was returned. Every Imperial ship in the front line convulsed with violent explosions. The Mirage ship hadn't fired. It had simply reflected the attack. Rethar's bridge went dark. Static washed across the screens. The crew screamed as systems failed. Then the comms lit again and the same human voice spoke, now colder. "You've made your choice. Terran Command acknowledges hostile intent. Defensive action authorized. Space folded. Not jumped. Folded." The Mirage ship blurred, splitting into 1,000 mirrored shapes, each reflecting the others. It appeared in multiple positions at once. Then came the first strike. Beams of pure distortion lanced outward. They didn't burn, they unraveled. Imperial ships simply came apart, hulls dissolving into fragments of dust and light. In less than a minute, half the fleet was gone. The survivors panicked, scattering, transmitting distress beacons. But every signal returned the same echo. "Do not approach Sol." The Emperor himself demanded answers. He summoned his war council, the same rulers who once boasted of their dominion over 1,000 worlds. Data streams from the destroyed fleet were replayed, frame by frame. The Mirage ship's movements defied all prediction. Some scientists proposed it wasn't moving through space at all, It was bending it, folding the distance so that motion became meaningless. Others whispered an older fear, that the humans, once thought extinct or primitive, had built something beyond reason, something they called a Titan-class warship. The Empire laughed at legends once. Not anymore. The Emperor ordered an entire sector fleet, nearly 100 warships, to advance into Sol space. The order was clear: capture or destroy the human vessel. They arrived to find the ruins of the first fleet drifting silently. Then the Mirage ship reappeared. This time it wasn't alone. More ripples shimmered around it. 5, then 10, then hundreds, each identical yet unique in pattern and light. The readings broke every Imperial computer. The admiral in charge whispered a single word: impossible. The Mirage ships formed a formation that spanned thousands of kilometers. They made no transmissions, no visible weapon charge. Then a new message appeared, transmitted across all frequencies. Terran Defense Network active. You have entered restricted space. Withdraw immediately. The Imperial Admiral hesitated. His pride warred with fear. He signaled his ships to prepare a forward screen. The moment they powered weapons, the Mirage fleet moved. It didn't fly. It glided like light through a prism. Each vessel flickered between positions, attacking from directions that sensors couldn't track. The Imperial fleet fired wildly, hitting nothing but echoes. Then the Mirage ships unleashed their counterstrike. Invisible waves pulsed outward. The Imperial hulls vibrated, their reactors collapsing inward, their shields shredding under forces they couldn't measure. One by one, ships vanished. Not destroyed, but erased from existence. No explosion, no debris, only silence. The Admiral's last transmission to command was simple: we cannot fight this. They are not bound by the same universe. The Empire reeled. Panic spread across the core worlds. Propaganda channels claimed victory, but military transmissions told a different story. They spoke of ships moving like ghosts, of human vessels that appeared where none should be, of entire fleets retreating without a shot fired. The humans didn't invade. They didn't pursue. They simply marked their boundary and said, "Do not cross." But the Empire couldn't tolerate the humiliation. The next attempt wasn't military, it was diplomatic. A delegation of scientists and envoys approached the Sol border under white signal code. They were met again by the Mirage ship. This time its surface dimmed, and a figure appeared via holographic projection, human, calm, clad in a simple uniform marked with a circular emblem, Earth surrounded by stars. The envoy leader spoke. "We seek to understand. You command power unknown to the galaxy. What are you?" The human replied without emotion. "We are survivors. We left the galactic stage long ago because war consumed everything. We built the Titans to ensure that if we ever returned, we would never be threatened again." The envoy hesitated. "Why reveal yourselves now?" "Because you entered our sky without permission," the human said. "You called this space yours. It isn't, it never was. You have forgotten that others once lived here." We remembered. The envoys tried to reason, offering trade and knowledge. The human refused. "We already have everything we need. What we offer is a warning. Do not test us again." When the envoys returned, the Empire's High Council debated for weeks. Some argued to leave Sol alone. Others wanted to harness that technology. Ambition won. They prepared the Grand Armada, their full military strength, to assault the Sol system. The assault never reached its target. Halfway there, space itself fractured. The Mirage fleet appeared across the Armada's path, blocking every exit vector. The human voice spoke again. "You ignored our warning. We will ensure you remember." Then came the light. Not heat, not fire. Light that tore reality open. Every ship's sensor flooded with impossible readings. Entire star maps inverted. Time seemed to stutter. And when it ended, the Armada was gone. Not destroyed, relocated. Their coordinates placed them thousands of light years away, deep in intergalactic void. No stars, no fuel, no hope. Only one transmission ever returned from that fleet. A single message repeating endlessly. "We saw the heart of the Mirage. We saw Earth." After that, no Imperial ship ever entered Sol space again. Trade routes shifted. Rumors spread of human probes appearing near border colonies, observing silently before fading like smoke. Whenever an Empire commander tried to intercept them, the probes vanished, bending away from all pursuit. Over the following years, the balance of power in the galaxy began to shift. Neighboring civilizations that once feared the Empire began withdrawing their alliances. They whispered that the humans had returned, that their titans waited beyond the veil, unseen yet always watching. Some even claimed to see human fleets assisting border worlds oppressed by imperial rule. No recordings ever prove,